First day of training camp for the Rangers, and Joe, training camp for me is always exciting to see all these kids come in. How about for you?
Not just the kids, but even the veteran players and the new players on the team, Sam. And you're right. I'm like you. I mean, the summer seems short, and then all of a sudden it's here, and you get a chance to come here and feel the excitement. And you've got 31 teams in the National Hockey League that are all starting even. And so some teams had great seasons, others had 30 had disappointing seasons because they didn't win. But there's a certain excitement that you can just feel here. And the Rangers, I think, as much as just about any team in the league, with a lot of the changes they made in the offseason, kind of presents that vibe.
Everywhere we went, I know where Joe went during the summer, where I went during the summer, people excited about these young kids that the Rangers drafted. Kaapo Kakko, number 2 pick overall. Kravtsov from last year, number 9 overall. These are big kids who have a chance to make this team.
Yeah, big and skilled. and so that's what we've seen in the league over the last number of years is the way that teams are building now with speed and with talent. Size is still important, of course, and if you can add the other two things, that's been great. But you go back, and it doesn't seem all that long ago, does it? Since the Rangers sent the letter out that they felt the team wasn't good enough, even when they were healthy, to win a championship, and that's what their goal was. And now to see the way that there are so many of these young kids that are right on the verge. We saw a bunch last year. We expect them to be better this year, but then some of these newer ones as well. It brings you a level of excitement and of hope going into the season.
What are you looking for from the guys on the ice these next few days?
Well, most of these kids now, and they're not all kids, but just about everybody comes into camp in shape. I mean, we start doing preseason games next week, right? So, but the timing is the most important thing, I think, for these players to get involved in. When they work out during the course of the season and just prior to camp, there's not a lot of physical activity that's going on. No one wants to get hurt. There'll be more of that, so there'll be some bumps and bruises and a little stiffness, but it's not going to take them long to start feeling like they're ready to play.
New team president John Davidson talked about the center ice position yesterday, and certainly from my vantage point, young defense and how the defense shapes up will be very important.
The moves that they made in the offseason were, I don't know if you want to say remarkable, but they were able to get a couple of players that are all-star players. You talk about Artemi Panarin, the kid's an all-star in this game. He's one of the league's best players. Jacob Trouba, I don't think got as much credit in Winnipeg as he should have. I mean, here's a player that is excellent offensively, a shutdown defenseman that can play 25 minutes a game. So they add a couple of players that are really high-end players. And then you mentioned Kakko having an opportunity. He's only 18, and some of these other kids. But there are still question marks because you hope that all these kids from a year ago are going to be better. And you hope that some of them maybe take 2 steps instead of 1. They're very young at center. Even Mika Zibanejad, who is turning into an all-star, is still only 26 years old.
Oh, so he's old, Joe.
Yeah, but it gives you an idea, right, of where they are. So do they have the potential for some of these kids to step up and be really good, and somebody's going to fill in at number 2 and number 3 and be really effective? They do. The question is, are they ready for that yet? And we'll find out.
On-ice testing today. Tomorrow they break into 3 different teams, and they start working out and start practicing and scrimmaging. And then the 18th at Madison Square Garden, Rangers and Devils preseason.
Kakko against maybe Hughes.
Oh.
The number 1 and number 2.
Sounds like a good storyline.
It'd be a great storyline. I hope both of them play. It'd be fun.